Non-resident tax in Spain. If you've bought a property in Spain and you're not a resident, meaning you're here for the 90 in 180 days as a non-EU citizen, or perhaps you are an EU citizen and you're not resident in Spain, you still have to pay a non-resident tax. And this is based on the cadastral value, the valor catastral of your property. It's not the price that you paid for the property, it's the cadastral value, which is determined by the local authorities. And you can find this on your annual property tax bill, your IBI. Now, the tax is 2% of the cadastral value, or 1.1% of the cadastral value if it was revised after 1994. And there's two different rates of tax. If you're from the EU, for example, Ireland, France, Germany, or the economic area of Iceland, Norway, you pay 19%. And if you're a non-EU resident, for example, United Kingdom, Canada, USA, you pay 24%. So if we just go through a simple example, and your legal advisor will be able to calculate it properly. If you have a property that has a cadastral value of 100,000, then 1.1% of 100,000 is 1,100, and then you would pay 19% if you're from the EU, or 24% if you're from non-EU, like United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, South Africa. So an EU citizen would pay 19% of 1,100, which is 209 euros. And if you're from outside the EU, for example, UK, America, etc., you would pay 264 euros. Now, that's if you don't rent your property. If you're non-resident, you would pay that tax. But if you also rented out your property through Airbnb, Booking.com, whatever, you would pay 19% of the net income if you're from the EU. And, rightly or wrongly, if you're from the EU, you can deduct expenses. If you're not from the EU, then you have to pay 24% tax, and you cannot deduct expenses. Apologies, at justlawsolicitors.com, we don't make the rules. So if you're non-resident, have a think about that, because those taxes must be paid. You have to pay once a year using the Modello 210 by the 31st of December. And if you rent out the property, you have to file your tax return quarterly, April, July, October, January. So 100,000 euro property allow about 200 to 300 euros a year. If you have any queries about taxes, at justlawsolicitors.com, we have Pablo. He is a tax lawyer with a master's degree in tax, and he's available for in-person consultations from our Marbella office and online, and he can deal with all aspects of taxation here in Spain. So as always, thanks for watching. Any queries, get in touch with us at contact@justlawsolicitors.com.